find us first. Remember, they can hear us, so be careful.
Yes, I'll be very, very quiet.
Very quiet.
Like, who was that? Elmer Fudd. Remember? Be very
I'm hunting rabbits. See, that was good cartoons back in the day.
That's right.
I can like say some of them like verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one with the gangsters and Bugs Bunny.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, there we are.
There we are. We've been live and we're talking about cartoons. So now we have to share it. Share it everywhere. There's Cheryl.
Yeah.
And of course, SOS isn't there.
I don't know why.
That's so weird. But then when we went back in yesterday, it was there. Yeah. Okay. I get to see your head. And see you. I know we're whispering.
Oh, I
we
forgot
were
to put this
whispering
on.
like,
I
who
even
was it?
made it
Elmer
where
Fudd.
Online. Where was it here?
Yes, we can hear you. There's a learning
there.
curve. Oh, there we go.
I should have
But
put
they
that
can
before.
still hear us.
I know.
Because you have
Hi,
that
Cheryl.
screen.
Hi, Catherine. I know. But that looks
there's
much more
5.
official.
Yeah. So if you are on, give us a like or a love. Leave us a comment so that we know that you're there. We're going to wait a couple minutes, or maybe seconds. I don't know. It depends. And then we'll go ahead and get started.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are in for a treat tonight with the Birds and Branches bundle with Barb and Dory.
Birds and Branches bundle with Barb
That's right.
and Dory.
That's right.
The D.
Oh, sorry. Gosh.
Gosh.
We got Ann and Deborah Gray,
Yay, they're
Kathy and
piling
Cheryl.
in.
Awesome.
All right, we're hoping that we have most excellent transmission tonight.
Oh, definitely.
I can tell we are
I can
going to.
share.
Yeah, they should come right up as they come out. So
Let me see if I can share it. Remember last time we clicked in?
share it to a group, right? That's not a choice. And then I put it in and it doesn't come up.
I know, it's weird. Yep, no,
Sorry.
that's
I'm
okay.
not sure why. Most of those guys are on your other one anyway.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Okay. You want
All
to
right.
start 2 minutes in? We can do a little bit of talking at the beginning.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone. Happy, what is it? Monday.
It's Monday. And I almost said Wednesday because we're used to popping on here together on Wednesday.
That's right. Hello, everyone. We're glad to have you. You haven't seen enough of us yesterday.
I
Here we
know.
are again. So tonight is our Stamp of the Month online class, and we are featuring the Birds and Branches. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you have anything to say?
I don't think so. This
All
is
right.
one of the new bundles that is in the new catalog, hence the word new.
Yes.
And it's also one of the bundles that you can earn for free if you decide to sign up to shop with a discount.
Uh-huh.
So-
I'm just listening here, drinking out of my bird cup.
Oh, yes. I found these cups at, I said Hobby Lobby, but it wasn't Hobby Lobby. I found them at Michael's. But look, they had little birds on the front.
I love it.
So I had to get them for us so we could
Yes,
drink out.
birds.
And I promise it's just green tea. So we're
I love
sipping
drinking out of bird cups.
green tea. And the other reason is it's like a little shaker mug. So that reminded me of the card you did yesterday. So I had to get that for you. So, yeah,
So nice, sis.
I
So
try.
nice.
I try.
All right, are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I have 2 cards to share, ladies. And then Dory's going to go second because there's only 2 of us. Remember, our card kits, if you're interested, are free with a $30 purchase or $15. We love this set, and you knew I was going to love it because it
Yes.
has birds in it.
Definitely.
So I'm going to go first and show you some really cool cards that I made. All right, here we go. All right, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and find the bundle in here, and I really don't know where it is. Yikes. I'm going to go back to the index because I learned that in 3rd
I
grade.
know, that's what you always tell me.
Yes, Birds and Branches.
Go to the index.
120.
All right.
Let
I
me
was
show you
close.
exactly the pieces that are in this set. It's lovely, lovely. I've always loved birds, and this Stampin' Up! Just always does such a great job with their bird sets. Now here it is right here. It's Birds and Branches, and it has 19 photopolymer stamps, and it has a coordinating die set that goes with it that is called Birds and More. But if you get them together, I know that sounded dumb, you will have a discount on those. Let me show you right here.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining us. Guys, don't forget to like and comment because
Yes.
there might be a prize at the end for
There
all those
just
likes
might.
and comments.
We gave away some yesterday, and we had loads of people commenting.
I know, we
so
loved
glad
it.
we had friends joining us, so we aren't talking to ourselves here.
That's always nice.
Yes,
Hey, Lisa.
this is the Birds and Branches photopolymer set, and this is the die set that comes with it. And it's a little messy because I've been, but look at the number of dies here, just crazy. And we're going to be using we're going to use the birds and the branches, thus the name of the
wow.
set. But we're going to be
Novel.
using some some of the other dies that I really, really love. This one is a border die. We're going to use that one on the first card, and then this circle die I love that has the vines in here, and that will be on my second card, just to kind of highlight those. So those are the two parts to this bundle, and let's go ahead and get started on our first card. All right, I'm gonna throw that right there. Okay, this is our first card for this evening. I've made them robins, but I know there's other birds you can make them if you'd like. But if you notice here on my card, on the edge, I used the little border die on that. And then with the very vanilla behind, you can really see the detail of that. I just love that border, so pretty. All right, so let me show you how I made this card. I started out with a regular piece like irregular, a standard size card size piece of Pear Pizzazz. All right, and then I took that die that I showed you. Let me get it over here, come on. And I laid it right here on the edge of my card. And you want to lay it so that the flowers are toward the end and that this line here is closer to the fold, because that's going to cut off. And then if you do that and run it through your die cut machine, this is what you get. Whoops, there's a little extra piece there. So if you see, when you run it through and poke out using your pokey tool, all those pieces, that's what you get with that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the card. We're going to come and bring in our piece that's going to be the panel for the front first. All right, and while I'm here, so I don't stamp on the wrong color, the wrong piece of paper, I just almost spilled my bird cup.
Uh-oh.
That would have been bad.
That would have been.
All right, so I'm going to just get the boogers out. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my panel of, not Whisper White, I'm sorry, my panel of, oh, this is the wrong one. This is the large one. I'm going to put,
Well, at least you're already glued,
no, wait.
right?
Yeah, I need to cut it a little bit.
Here, can your assistant do that?
I'll just cut it like this.
Oh, okay. Gosh, hopefully that's the right size.
All right, so we're going to put that on right here. That works.
Perfect.
Perfect. Always perfect. There we go. So now you can see that the die cut right there using the banner punch, the border punch. Ugh,
We like to keep it real, ladies.
we do. This is how it goes when I craft. All right, now here is our front piece. This is crumb cake, and this is going to be on the front of the card and the panel that's going to have all our birds and nests on it. So we're going to go ahead and do some stamping first. I'm going to be stamping using the Early Espresso. At first, I'm going to stamp my little nest. This might be my favorite image in the whole set. So I'm going to stamp in Early Espresso, my little nest. Look how cute.
That's adorable.
I love. All right. Then I'm going to stamp both birds in Early Espresso. Where's my other bird? There he is. Two birds in Early Espresso.
You need one stone.
And a stone.
I thought you'd kill two birds with one stone.
Oh.
Oh gosh, I'll just keep liking
Yes,
everybody's
keep
comments
liking and look at the
be
comments.
quiet.
And then I'm going to bring in my balmy blue to do the cute little robin's eggs. Aren't they so
Aw,
cute?
they're adorable.
I love how they're shaded with these stamps, so they look round the way that they come out when you stamp. I love that. All right, so those are all the things that we're going to need to stamp for the scene part of our front panel. We're going to go ahead and do the sentiment later. Now, before we go ahead and run them through the die cut machine, I'm going to take my Calypso Coral blend, and I'm going to go ahead and color in the belly. If you want it to be a robin, this is a dark robin. Maybe I meant to use the light, but that's okay.
Lisa said Laurel and Hardy do stamp it up.
Hey.
Yeah.
So that is all the stamping that I'm going to be doing. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run all those through my die cut machine.
Do you want me to make the noise?
My little
Click,
invisible
click,
one.
Click, 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 click.
And now here are all my pieces that I cut out. I love that the little eggs come, you get 3 eggs per time through, and these are extras from my other card too. But this is what comes out of the die cutting machine, and these look much better with the light, the light Calypso Coral bellies. So these are all the pieces after you cut them out of the Very Vanilla paper. All right, now, but before we go ahead and put those on, we're going to run another die cut, because you know how I love to use just about every single die cut in the pack when I make a card. And we're going to go ahead and use this die, the branch die, to make these 2 branches. And these I cut out in Old Olive. It's just a shade darker than the Pear Pizzazz, and I think it gives a little bit of contrast. So now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and adhere the first branch onto my card. Now what I do is I don't put a lot of Tombow on, and when I do, I put it on the leaf part. And I don't worry too much about trying to get any of the Tombow on the branches, those tiny thin branches. That's going to make a big mess. So there we go. And I'm just going to turn it over, and this one is just going to kind of go from top corner to bottom corner. Remember, the Tombow always dries nice and clear, and you really don't have to worry about having every single portion of the branch adhered to the page. It looks nice when some parts of it stand up a bit. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in the cute little nest. I love this cute nest. Did I tell you already that it's my favorite one?
I think you may have mentioned it 2 or 3 times, but
Well, it is. It's my favorite stamped image in this whole set. I love it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and towards the bottom of our branch, we're going to, after putting our nest on dimensionals, we're going to rest him right about here. Okay, so there is our nest. And now I would say this is the mother robin. I don't know why. No, or don't robins, the females don't have any color, do they?
correct.
Uh-oh. This is
That's
2
okay.
guys
2 guys hanging out
with an egg.
with an egg because
That's
their
right.
wives are out
That's right. They're out
getting
shopping.
worms.
They're
Getting
shopping.
worms. Yep.
There we go.
Yep, there.
Jeez. All right. Aren't you guys glad you're listening tonight?
Yeah.
We're on rare form. All right. Now, I'm going to have to use a dimensional on my tiny egg. So I'm going to grab some of the tiny mini dimensionals.
It's like music to my ears.
What is?
Dimensionals.
Dimensionals.
I love that word.
Yes. And I'm going to take one of the tinies and, oh gosh, with my big giant hands, there we go. I'm going to put it on the back of the egg because the egg is going to stand up too, a little off the page, and it tucks just a little bit behind the nest. So he's kind of sitting right in the middle of the nest, and the dads are all very patiently waiting and watching for the egg to hatch, right?
Yes, Diane says we're very entertaining tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those days, I guess. Now, the second branch, I like to lay it across the front of the nest to kind of give it a little bit of
A nest look.
a nest look. Yeah, whatever that means, I don't know. But it just looks a little more realistic. Like I would know what it looks like from a bird's eye view up at the tree, but hey.
Lisa says they're pretending they're penguins. The males do the eggs in that breed. There you go.
There, that's what it is.
Oh, Kathy Boyer said male and female robins look the same.
Oh, they do?
Oh, good.
I'm glad we have
So-
some people that know their biology
Yeah.
around here.
I know the cardinals, it's the male
Now,
that's
see,
so
I
bright.
thought there was like
and the
the...
female's not.
I've learned something today.
Yeah, we all have.
There
how
we
to
go.
use Tombow and how to identify robins.
That's right.
We're learning.
So I just cut off the edge of the little branch that was sticking off just so it'll stay within the sides of the panel. So that is almost done. Oops, I forgot our other little man, our man bird. And he's going to get a little bit of glue on the back and he's going to be hanging out here with his other friend, probably talking about sports.
Wow, I'm sure he's talking about Clemson football
That's
and
it.
the upcoming season.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is going to be a season. There is. All
He
right.
is super
He
excited.
is about it.
Yeah, that's why he's hanging out.
Yep. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put this panel that I just completed on the front of the card with Tombow. No dimensionals for this because we're going to put our sentiment on with dimensionals. We don't want to overdo it. I know Dory says that's not possible,
It's not. You'll see on my card, it's not possible.
but I'm going with less this time just because that's the way I roll. All right, so there we go. Now what we have left to do is the thank you. And for that one, now the birds and branches does not have any sentiments in it, so you're going to have to grab another one out of your stash. And I know you all have some fabulous ones, and this would be one that I would recommend if you need some sentiments. This one has the mixed font. It says Ornate Thanks, and it has some thanks in the printed, and then you can add to it with the little scripts. I think they're so cute.
They are.
So let's go ahead and take our banner. This banner is 3/4 inches wide. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the old olive. And we're gonna stamp the thanks part using the old olive.
Well, Dawn Hefner says, thanks for using Tombow. She said she struggles with Tombow a little bit, so she appreciates you using it.
Yep. It just takes practice.
It does.
And we store it on its head. We talked about
That's
that
right.
yesterday. If
Yep.
you store it on its head, then it won't come out as a big blob because you're kind of expecting it to be at the end, and you don't have to squeeze it so hard. So I'm
Right.
first going to put my thanks on here. This is always fun to try to do. I'm going to try to get it towards the top of the banner. Oh, I did it.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to add my friend to the bottom. If you notice here on my sample, I put the my friend underneath. And there's so many different combinations in this set. It's just super fun to have it. So we're going to say, thank you, my friend. So this card's got to go out to a friend, I guess, huh, Dory?
Maybe. I can mail or sign the envelope and mail
Okay.
it to myself.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the scripty part and just add that to the bottom. And I'm doing that in early espresso. And I have it kind of covering over. But you can see it there, it kind of overlaps a little bit. I like that kind of look. So there is our banner. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put it here. And it's a little too long, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and clip a little bit off the left side. And then I'm going to bring in one of my favorite punches that I like to use to make banners. And I'm going to stick him right in there. And there we go. Everything okay?
Yeah, Deborah Gray said she's getting the birds and branches with her sign-up kit. So she just signed up to be a demonstrator.
Yes, she did.
Congratulations. And so she's getting a free bundle, and that's what she chose
Yes.
for her free bundle.
I know she's joining Lisa's tribe.
Yes.
They are invading stamp land.
And we love it.
We do. All right, and there we go with our sentiment on top. It says, thanks, my friend, and there it is. What do you think, Dory?
I love it.
I love it too.
And
Yes.
no matter what birds are there, I love it.
That's right. These are robins, but I've made a couple cards with Orioles and
Yeah, you can make whatever
make
you
it
like.
all whatever you like. So there is my first card. Anybody have any questions about that? This is not going.
Oh
There
no.
we go. Oh,
Oh.
all right. Now, before we go ahead.
Barry says, I'm really disappointed not able to get on here, and even on my phone, I'll have to try to watch the replay. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. All right, now it's frozen, it looks like. Okay. Just when you start feeling like you're getting
I
somewhere.
know.
All right, so let's take a moment, and if something doesn't happen, we'll do a stop and go again. Is anybody else
Okay.
saying that they can't see it?
Goodness gracious.
Yep, we have our frozen spot again.
Yep.
Let us know if you're able to see, because we're not seeing anything here.
Yeah, it's frozen on our side.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, now it's back.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Take
All
two.
right.
Take two.
We're back. Hello. All right. So that was my first card. If you have any questions about that, make sure you message us. Remember, you want to keep commenting and let us know what you think of this Birds and Branches set. All right. Now we're on to our second card. And this was a super fun card. Let me show you exactly what it looks like here. This is the one I did. I used the circular die on this one. Looks like it's working okay. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this one. This one is a flip top card, flip from the top, and it uses Whisper White. The last one I did, I used the Very Vanilla, which works really, really well with the birds and that kind of a color scheme. So white, Whisper White or Very Vanilla are good choices. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm gonna get my goodies out of my basket here. All right, so here is my cutout that I use. Let me show you that again. I was talking about this at the beginning, that I wanted to show you some of the really cool dies from this. Okay, this is the die that I used to cut this out. So I cut a square at 4 by 4.5, and this is just jade. This is one of our new colors. And I just put this, centered it on the piece of the square, and then just ran it through our die cutting machine, and that's what comes out. So it's really a beautiful, beautiful technique, and it's a great way to make your focal point for your card. So that is our focal point. So I'm going to put that away for now. And you're going to notice, if you look at my card, that the background there looks a little bit like the sky. And I'm going to show you how I did that. Very super easy. I'm going to bring in a piece of paper that's slightly bigger than the circle. It's about 3.5 by 4, I think, something like that.
Sounds like a good size.
I know. Can you give me my
What do
ruler?
you need? Oh, sure.
Instead of saying something, something. All right, this piece is 3.5 by 3.25. Okay, and that's gonna fit. I'm gonna take once I finish my sponging, it'll just go right behind there and adhere it back there. So you just want it to be a little bigger than the circle. All right, so I'm gonna take some balmy blue, and I'm gonna use my little
Those are my favorite. I love
sponge
those.
dauber. Yeah, Dory was getting into it with the sponge dauber
Wow,
I
I sure
know.
was.
yesterday, and I said, hey, I'm not gonna let her let me out. I'm gonna get into the action too.
There
So
you
you're gonna
go.
take your sponge dauber, and this is balmy blue, and you're gonna get a little bit of ink on your sponge. Now, you're not gonna go directly to your paper, or you'll have a little circle, a little dot. So you wanna always start kind of off your paper and then bring it on. What are you laughing about? Stop it.
You're entertaining, as everyone said.
Then you're gonna go back and get some more, and then you're gonna start off and then come on to your paper. Let me show you why I'm doing that. Because if you do this, and then you start here, you get that.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
disappointing.
And then you go, oh, I'm never going to be able to blend that in. So I learned from somebody, I don't know, somebody who was
Dory
helpful.
Schneider.
I don't know, maybe Dory Schneider, that she's the sponge dauber queen.
That's right.
That I start off and get it kind of going and get a little bit of the excess off before I come on and start making my sky. You want a little bit of difference because you want it to look like clouds and things, but you don't want the big old sponge dauber mark there.
You'd have to put a bird over top of that.
Right
You could
over it.
fix it. You
Yeah.
could put a bird right over top of it.
But just think about it when you're doing it. You want to start on the side and then come on gently from the edge. And there we go. So there's my sky. All right. And I'm going to put the sponge dauber away. Put my balmy blue away. All right. And now I'm going to immediately come and I'm going to go ahead and glue that to the back side of my circle.
Okay, I'm going to answer Cheryl's question
All
real
right,
quick. So
yes.
she asked, and it's not, there are no such thing as dumb questions.
Never.
It says, do you clean those daubers or do you use a different one for each color you dab? Do you want me to field it or do you
Yeah,
want
you
to
can
field
go
it?
ahead and do that.
So I don't have a sponge dauber for each color, but I
nothing back
do use, and I do wash them out after I'm finished using them.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I have one that I can see that I've used like in the balmy blue,
Or
I'll-
even in the blue family.
yeah,
you
I'll
can
go
use
ahead
it.
and use it again
Yep.
the next time. So, but I do wash them out each time I use them too. And you can tell, you know, when they're clean because they obviously the water will be clear and it doesn't take long to clean them. I stick it on my finger and run it under the sink.
Yep.
And if you want to sing a little song and pretend, you know, that
Yeah.
it's a finger puppet, you can do that too. So,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure. Yep. So yeah, and I
that was
don't.
a great question.
But I know there's some demonstrators that have them for every color,
Right.
and that's fine. You can do that. I kind of have them for. There's certain colors I use more than others. And if I have a dauber that looks like it has a blue color on, I will use it with really any blue ink
Right.
because it won't rub off after a while. So, but very good question, Cheryl. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this to our card. Where's my Tombow? There he is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some Tombow on the back. And put that right on the front. And I love how the sponging makes the sky there look like there's clouds and sky. All right, now I'm gonna bring in a piece of Designer Series paper from the Forever Greenery set. How many of you seen that paper?
That's
Just beautiful. Now here's the side that I used for some other things last week when we were doing last month when we had our Forever Greenery class, but I'm going to use this side today, and I'm just going to put that at the bottom of my card here. And you want to make sure your borders around are the same top and bottom. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right here at the bottom. Let me check the size of that. I know it's 4 inches this way, and this way it is 1.5. Okay.
You and your trusty ruler over there. Ow.
That's my teacher coming out. All right, so there we go. And now you're going to take a piece of the Early Espresso. This is a 1/2 inch strip, and I just put that right over where the two papers intersect, just to give it a little bit of something, something.
Yep.
All right, so
You can't have
now,
all edges.
yes. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. If you notice here on my card, we have one bird and these 3 little flowers, and that is another image from this set here. Right here is the little flower image, and I'm going to make the flowers in the petal pink. Yep.
The sponge daubers are on page 147 of the catalog, and like Lisa said, they are they're 5 in a pack for $5. So what I did is I ordered 2 packs, so I pretty much have 10 that I use and can use, you know, like with the yellows, greens, and things like that. So
And some people use them more and, feel like they need, to have more. I kind of use them a lot with like the browns and things because I like to give it kind of an antique look sometimes. And then I use a lot with the blues because I, want to do the skies. But some people have them for every single color. but you know, it's whatever you want to use. But you don't have to be that specific about it
No.
with the colors, so
I use
don't
them,
worry.
I use them in the summer to apply my bronzer for my cheeks.
All right, moving on with that detail we really didn't want. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp our bird and our 3 flowers next.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, thank
Right?
you.
The
Yes.
flower. Mhm.
All right, so here is our petal pink. I love this color. It's a pink, but it's a little peachy too. It's peachy keen. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp 3 of the little flowers. And you might say, well, that didn't stamp all the way, but that's part of the part I love about these stamps. They kind of have they're distinctive stamps, right? They make your stamps look like you've done multiple layering and makes it look like it's shaded and things. So that's the way you want it to look, and that's how mine looks on my sample. And then I'm going to take one more time, I'm going to take my early espresso. Oh,
It's right in front of you.
right in front of me. I hate when that happens. And I'm going to stamp him one time. There he is.
He's so cute.
And I'm going to come in with my light Calypso coral and color in his belly. That much better belly on that robin.
Kathy Boyer. You two are a hoot when you're together. Oh, I'm glad you
Yeah,
guys think that.
So that is all the stamping for now. Although I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do the sentiment right while I have my stamps out. And again, as I told you before, there's no sentiments with the bird set, but we always have sentiments around that are perfect. And I use the Peaceful Moments cling set here, and I use Life is Better with a Friend Like You. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stamp that on my 3/4 inch strip. And we're going to try to do it without sticking my head in there. Yes! All right, so we're done with the stamping for now. And now, these images that I stamped, I'm going to run them through the die cutting machine. There's even a die cut for those tiny little flowers.
There are.
I love it. All right, so through the magic of television
Or Facebook Live.
or Facebook Live, we have our little birds and flowers right here, but oops, he lost his belly color somehow through the big shot. So I'm going to have to recolor him again. I don't know how that happened.
Me either.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to place our flowers on our vine. And what I did is I just kind of used my fingers and I crumpled up the sides of my flowers. Let me show you another way that I do it. I grab my Pierce mat and a pen. Okay, if you don't have a Pierce mat, this is also a great investment. And I'm going to bring in my flowers again. And I'm just going to take, this is just a gel pen. And I'm just going to push the top of the gel pen into
Wow.
the middle.
You just came from the south.
I know, my gel pen. And it makes them pop up and become three-dimensional. I love how that works. So that's another way you can do it rather than with your fingers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, oy, that was almost a spill. I'm going to take my glue dots and I'm going to put my flowers on with the glue dots. Let me show you how quick and easy this is. You're going to take your flower, you're going to stick it right to the glue dot on your roll. You're going to take your pick tool, you're going to pick him up off the roll, and then you're going to put him down where you want him to be on your vine. Same thing again. I'm going to pick him up, put him right on the glue dot, slide under the glue dot, and put them down. And one more for good measure. Put them right on there. And I'm going to put that one at the top there. So there are my flowers. And now let's go ahead and put a dimensional on the back of my bird. Let's hear it for the robin
And the dimensionals.
and the dimensionals. And I'm going to just kind of slide him behind that flower a little bit. And then to finalize my flowers there, I want to go ahead and use some of these pretty pearls. Oh, big hands. And I'm going to put one in the center of each. I'll tell you, if I didn't have this little pick tool, it would take me days to get these off this sheet. Just really works well. I would get them caught on my fingernail and then I couldn't find them, and it's just makes it so much easier. So there is the card. Last thing we need to do here is put on our sentiment. Let me grab my punch one more time. What's this punch called, Dory? I forget the name of this one. Tailored label?
Tailored label, I believe.
Yeah, tailored label punch. I'm going to just punch the end there, and that's going to just lay across just below my little early espresso strip there.
Yep.
One more time with dimensionals, with feeling. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put them behind. And let's put him right on the front there, just below. And there we have it. What do you think, Dory?
It's great.
Isn't that super cute?
It is super cute.
I love it. All right, so those are my 2 cards from this evening that will be in the card kit. And Dory now is going to show us her project for this evening.
Yes.
All right. If you are looking for 3D projects using the birds, tune in tomorrow at noon on my Facebook Live. I'm going to be making a little bird box. Can I show them that before?
Sure.
All right. This is the little bird box we will be making at our Facebook Live tomorrow, Tuesday at noon. So join if you'd like to learn how to make the little bird box. All right. Go ahead, Dory.
All right.
Here, I can move my stuff if you
That's
want to.
fine. I can probably use half of it because
Okay,
we're
all right.
using the same,
Okay.
same stuff.
Sounds good.
So, all right, guys. You sit down here and not fall off the stool. That would be a whole nother level of entertainment.
It is actually easier to stamp from up there.
Yes. Okay. So before I get started, I know Barb did a card with the little circle on the front. And so sometimes we forget that cards don't always have to be 4 1/4 by 11 or 4 1/4 by, 5 1/2. So I made one in each of the ink colors. So there's the one in the cinnamon cider. Here is the one in the bumblebee. And this just uses the little flowers that she just had right on the front of the card. And this is the Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness. So those are the 5. And those are 4 1/4 by 8 1/2.
So cute.
All right. So I'll go ahead and get started with my card here this evening.
Are you sure 4 1/4 by 8 1/2?
Yeah.
That's
it
the
makes
size?
it makes it 4 1/4 by square.
4 1/4. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome. Glad I could be of assistance.
My brain.
All right. So this is my card for the evening.
Oh, so cute.
And this one I went more with the neutral tones for the bird, and then red is my favorite color. So I did a pop of Poppy Parade on my little flowers there. And I'm also going to be using one of our other new sets. Like Barb said, the Birds and Branches does not have any sentiments that go along with it, so you can pretty much use whatever you want. And this is another new set. It's actually a bundle, and it comes with a punch. And this is one that you can also get for free if you sign up for the discount.
That's a punch? Or does
It
it?
comes with a punch, the long punch that makes the labels.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to
Yep.
use that one.
So this one is
Do you
really
have that
cute.
punch?
I do. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to be using, I borrow a bone folder, a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I don't know if you guys know it or not, but in the back of our catalog, we have 2 different weights of cardstock. we have our thick Whisper White cardstock, and then we have regular. And the thick is what I use when I am using it for a card base. And then the regular Whisper White is what I would use if I was using it like as a card layer or, you know, something for the inside. So this is our card base, and I'm gonna put this aside. And we have another piece. I love to do this too. I know it's not, for me, it may not be a big wow, but all right, Lisa, we'll remember that. We'll have to bring that in for a class. So it's definitely easier if you use it and punch upside down. I've learned that because you can wiggle it a little bit. But so this is just a layer of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're gonna put that over the top. But before we do that, this is a rectangle, a stitch rectangle, and it is one of the, there is a whole set of stitched rectangles, and this is one of them, and I'm going to use this on the front of my card. And I'm going to use crumb cake, and you can tell who it belongs to. And I'm going to use, I want to stamp a background. I don't like plain backgrounds or paper. So what I'm going to do is these are the little leaves that are in the set. And I'm going to use those to make a little background. I'll show you. It's these right here. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to put that right on my acrylic block and use it as a background instead of as leaves. All right, so I'm going to ink this up, and I'm simply, it's random stamping. I know that makes some of you nervous, but it's okay.
Oh, here you go.
And so I'm just making a little background.
Love it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we started with that. The next thing we are going to do is I am going to show you how I stamped my birds. And then I already went ahead and cut them out, but like Barb, I'm going to show you, I just need a scrap of Whisper White. Here it is right there. Okay, perfect. So I went with a more monotone look for my birds. Nothing flashy, non-flashy birds. So I'm going to start with Early Espresso. And I'm going to put that down. And the nice thing about this is the birds, they have the birds facing, like Barb showed, opposite directions. Mm-hmm. So you can have one going one way and you can have one going the other way. So they don't look like they are angry at each other. One. Yep, this is correct. Okay, so we have the one going the other way. See, it looks like they're kissing each other.
And one has the tail up.
Yeah, one has the tail up and one has the tail out. So, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to fill in. You have the insides of the bird. And you have two of those as well. So you have this one that's facing.
I've never used those.
You what?
I've not used those yet.
You haven't?
I've just been using my blends.
That's okay.
It gives us another option.
There you go. Gives you another option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I am going to take my crumb cake and I'm going to, this is the filler, the bird filler. And I'm going to take my crumb cake and I'm going to fill in the bird. So like Barb showed you, you can use the blends. Or you have this whole piece here that you can go right over top and see it fills in
like it.
The bird right there.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I would just do that for the other one as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, we need the little flower. And we need 3 of those. I'm just making a pile over here on the left.
That's all right.
And again, like Barb said, it's lighter in the center. So you
I
need
love how that works.
3 of those.
Yep, it gives it dimension.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love it.
So you would cut those out with your die cut machine. And then the next thing I did is I cut out a branch. I have one that's early espresso. Can you tell? Look at my hands. Oh my gosh. And then, you have one that's soft suede.
Yep.
Okay. So these would be the pieces that I cut out with my die cut machine.
Okay.
Which, yep. Ooh, I might need to oil that. It's a little loud. Sorry about that. I thought I did a better job with my
That was
die
my
cut
best
machine.
sound effect I have.
All right. So what I did is I started at the top here. And again, we're going to use Tombow. Okay. And when I use it, I just do little dots. Especially you have these little leaves and everything. And the little, kind of like the little berries. So I'm just going to do little dots.
Yeah, trying to get it along the branch is
Yep.
really will just frustrate you.
Yep. So if you can just pick like the thicker areas, it will definitely hold. And then you can, oh, I have an egg on my finger.
That's probably left from mine. Oops.
Probably, that's all right. Maybe I'll add an egg to my card too. So I started up here at the top. And I like to use my bone folder and just kind of tap it down. And
Then
that,
your fingers won't stick to your project.
then my fingers won't stick to my project and I won't get ink on my project.
I've got to
and
work on that one.
all those, good kind of things. So then I'm going to do the same on the other one. I'm going to come back with my early espresso. And just again, you can, I think I have a small booger. Excuse
Just a
me.
small booger.
Booger removal.
Hey, don't look at me.
I know. But, and then
I just remove my own.
Oof. That's something that you don't
My
need to
own
share.
Tombow boogers.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't say Tombow. Cheese and rice. We don't need to know all that information. All right. So we're just going to put little dots on there. Again. And you can see, like, you don't need to paint with it, because if you paint with it, it will show up on your card and it might make you stamp and swear.
Yeah.
So, and then you can position this however you would like. I kind of overlapped it a little bit.
Just offset it a bit.
Yeah,
so
offset. So you
really
can see
cute.
both.
I love it.
All right. And the bone folder makes it easier to kind of influence it where you want it to go without being rude.
Is this the only set that has the flowers like that? Ooh, that's really a good question.
The small flower like
Yeah.
that, I believe. There's probably others that look
Or
similar.
similar, yeah.
But they're not exactly the same.
Yeah.
So that's why they have the die in the set, so you can cut that one out exactly.
Yeah, I don't think there's one just like that. So, but I will keep thinking, Joanne.
Okay, so what I did next, do you have a, yep, you do. I took a pair of paper snips and I just trimmed the little edges off of the top like that. Give it a little haircut because I'm going to put my bird up there.
It's hard to get those these days.
Oh my gosh, I have one scheduled. As
I
you can
don't
see, my
either.
bangs are like in my eyes. But anyway, we won't go there. I'm excited. I'm just thankful that I have one on the schedule. So the bird is you're gonna have a bird on the top, okay? And that calls for a what?
Dimensional.
That is correct.
Thank you.
That is correct. All right. So I'm gonna put one here at the top, like up here at the top. And then I'm gonna put one down here at the bottom. And using a dimensional for the back. Okay. So then I have these 3 little flowers and I just wanted a pop of color. I love the crumb cake and the poppy parade look with the early espresso. This is kind of a different look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add the flowers right there on my vine or my branches. Reminds me of a song from Sunday school.
Yep.
I am the vine and you are the branches.
Yes.
Yep. You never know what's going to pop out of my mouth. Okay. So I just did like a little triangle. So that gives you your little bit of color there. And then you guys know, thank you, Lisa. I love embellishments.
Really?
I love to embellish it. I love to embellish and I love embellishments. Have you seen these?
I have not seen those
These
yet.
are beautiful. These are the Elegant Faceted Gems, and they are from the Peony suite, which is absolutely beautiful. But I don't know if you can see them, but they shimmer. Oh my gosh, they spoke to me when I saw them. So I had to get them. But I thought they were perfect for the center of these little flowers. So what I did is I used the ones that are over on the right-hand side because they have a little bit of sparkle and glimmer and shimmer to them. And they make me happy. So I'm gonna take my take your pick tool. I'm gonna slide it underneath. And I'm gonna add those right to the center of the flower. Maybe. This one said, no, you're not. But ha.
Have your way.
I
Don't
showed
let them
him.
show you.
That's right. So those are beautiful. So that's from the
Yep.
Peony suite, which will be coming your way
Yes.
sooner than later
Yep.
with a class. I better not take that. You'll yell at me.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so then the next thing is you want to add your sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought I put my little sentiment pieces in here, but you know.
What do you need?
I need a rectangle, a stitched rectangle.
Lakers.
Yikers.
Um,
Okay.
okay. I mean, I can get it, but it's going to take a little bit. So you're
That's
going to
all
have to do some.
Well, why don't I stamp it first?
Okay.
So you're gonna take a scrap piece of paper.
What, fit on this one?
I just make it shorter by,
Yeah.
it's that one, yep. Okay, so like I told you, the Lovely You set is
That's really pretty.
lovely. And it has all these little flowers that go with it, but I liked the You're My Person because it has two little birds on
And
it.
this one has the mixed fonts as well.
It does.
That's really kind
I
of.
really like that.
Me too.
So I'm gonna try not to be rude and reach around. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp the You're My Person in the Early Espresso. We can go ahead and put the card together while you're trimming it out.
Sounds
See if it all
wonderful.
works out.
Oh,
And I just have a little scrap of paper here. And so I always stamp first before I cut anything out. Because if something is a little askew or it just doesn't, you know, seem to match up well, you can always fix it when you put your die down and turn it around. Okay, so while we are waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and put the whole thing together here. So this is our card base. Remember our thick Whisper White cardstock. Okay, it's great for card bases. I'm gonna use Tombow. Go around the outside. And this is gonna be flat, but fear not, dimensionals are on their way. Okay, and again, I'm going to use, whoops. The nice thing about Tombow too is it's forgiving. So like that, it just slipped, but it's not, it hasn't adhered completely. So you can move it around a little bit. Okay, so there's my layer there. So then this layer with the birds on it, you see a little tail hanging off the side. I am going to put dimensionals on the back of that. I like to put one in each corner. And then I put one in the center. Okay. And so don't forget to peel those off. Have you ever done that where you put something on and you forget to peel the dimensional backs off
Like-
and and it falls right off and you're like, goodness gracious, what the heck?
yes.
But,
I've
you
done.
know.
I think I've done every silly thing.
Oh, I think so too. I think we call that operator error and we
Yes.
just continue to move and
Yep.
move forward. So there's the little piece there. Okay.
That's so pretty.
And then you have the You're My Person.
Did
we're
I
gonna
put it-
trim that.
Shouldn't have put it in the middle.
That's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna trim that a little bit. Okay. And so I have that going off the side.
That's so cute.
And what I do when we do that is I put a dimensional on the far side because this piece is up on a dimensional.
Renee just jumped on. Hi, Renee.
Renee? Okay.
Diane Malusio. I miss these people's
I know.
faces.
Hopefully we'll get to see them soon.
Yes.
And so I did the You're My Person. And there is the final card. So that would be in your kit as well. So the kits are free with a $30 order. or you can also get the kit for $15. So just let us know, and we will get a card kit together for you and have that ready shortly. So that is all we have for you this evening, I believe.
Yep, that is a super fun, sweet, bundle to work with. I
It
really,
is.
really enjoyed
It
it.
definitely is. So
I can't think of anything else. All I can say, I got my, for friends out there waiting for their paper shares, I got my paper today. So hopefully
Awesome.
this week, we will be getting it together, and you'll be getting your shares out.
awesome. Yeah, I
So
have mine
stay
too.
tuned. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, we switched places.
That's okay.
You never know what's going to happen.
We are here. What are you going to say? You
No,
have to
so
finish.
shares are on their way.
Yes.
We should have them by the end of the week.
And we have the ribbon as well for ribbon shares. Some of the ribbon is back ordered. So you might get a little note in your ribbon share or in your in color card kit share that the ribbon is not available yet. So that might be till July, and as soon as we get that, we'll send that to you with the rest of your things. But we're not going to hold the kits till the ribbon comes. I know you're anxious to get them.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so that's all I wanted to make sure they knew about those kits. When's our next class?
Our next class will be at the end of the month, and that will be our card buffet. So you guys are going to want to tune in for that one, because
Absolutely.
that will be 6 projects,
Yeah,
and it will be
all new stuff.
all new stuff.
Yes, I got the pet one today.
Oh, mine's on back
Yes.
order.
Yep, I got the pets, so I'm going to be playing with that. I'm sure I'll have a pet card for the buffet. If
Awesome.
you love animals, dogs and cats, so cute. The paper, oh my goodness.
Yes, I got a couple hidden gems that I'm excited to share too.
Yep,
So
you're
yeah.
always good at those.
I love hidden gems.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. I love gems and hidden gems.
That's right.
So yes.
So if you would like to place an order, or just get a kit this evening, please message either Dory or I. We'll be glad to get them ready for you. And tune in for our buffet coming, oh my gosh, I don't even know that date. The last Friday of the month, maybe 27?
Something around there.
Yeah.
one of
So we will see you again real soon. I know this week you're doing a couple of Facebook Lives as well, hopefully.
Wednesday at 12:30 and Friday at 12:30.
Yep. And I've got my bird box coming up tomorrow at noon. Do not miss it. So thanks again for stamping with us and putting up with our silliness.
Yes, and also if you guys joined us yesterday, we had our catalog launch, and we have a winner.
Yay, Rise! You can watch it. You
Yeah,
can watch the
You
recording.
can watch the replay.
We're glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, sorry about sometimes.
Technology can be very frustrating. We totally understand.
Yes, 26 sounds great. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah.
We'll have to get her to be our personal assistant.
I
She
know.
can keep our calendar
Our
for
dates
us.
for us, yes. So, what was I going to say? I don't remember.
Something about the buffet.
The buffet, and we'll be live,
yeah.
and I don't know.
Yeah, it was really
Anyway.
important, but we'll think of it.
Yes.
Oh, and we talked
Oh,
about.
I know.
Okay.
The prize for the scavenger hunt. Stay tuned, because that's going to be posted here in probably about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yes, so we're gonna pick a random winner for all those who entered from yesterday, and
That was a fun day.
It was a fun day. So
Yep.
thanks for all who joined us and who continue to join us. We hope to go on, hopefully maybe be able to do some live events in August. So we'll keep you posted.
Yep, we'd love
But-
to see your face in your real face.
Yes, your real face.
Yes, it would be
So-
really great.
Yeah, since you get to
So-
see ours, we should get to see yours. So
It's just
it's
fair.
only fair.
It's only fair that way. All right, well, have a great night, ladies, and we will see you again soon. And happy stamping.
Yes, take care. Bye bye.
Oh, you just hit the button. I keep doing that. The red button at the top right hand.